It's Weird Java in the morning.
It's time to wake the fuck up with some weird Java in your cup. Good morning, everybody. What's going on?
Good morning.
Today we have a special guest. Her name's Amanda. She has the Cold and Untold podcast. What's going on? Say hi to the two people that are in the chat right now.
Good morning.
Hey, audacious Amber. I like it.
You know, I'm not usually a morning person. You guys did this to me, so.
Oh no! Now I feel excited to get somebody up in the morning.
I know. Mornings were never my thing.
Oh. Unfortunately, I'm forced to be up early in the morning. Because if I had it my way, I wouldn't,
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So, David, how was your week this week, sir?
Man, it was a good week, man. It was a good week. I got a lot done. Trying to get more organized. Put the studio together, finally back in here, and it feels right, dude. It was a mess, and now it's clean, and I love it. How about you? How was yours?
Good. My week was pretty good. The work obviously is still like my main thing that I would like to get rid of. Other than that,
job?
It's pretty good. Yeah, my regular 9 to 5. Well, it's not 9 to 5. It's 3 to 3. But if I could get rid of that, that'd probably be pretty cool, and still have the lifestyle that I have. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Yeah.
But Amanda, how was your week this week?
We need
My week
sponsorships.
was
We need
good.
Coffee Creamers sponsorships.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So let's get on it, man.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
All right.
That
I
is
do
a
want to
good
say
idea.
Amanda, go
I've
ahead.
had your coffee, and it's really, really good. I need to
Oh,
order
thanks.
actually, yeah, my fiance, because I wanted, and I guess when they did the podcast giveaway, and it was one of the items that was in there, and he had that
Mhm.
coffee, and he was like, "Oh, this is like the best coffee," and I was like, "God, okay."
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I just had a friend from work order some too, and he's like, he goes, he got the Wake the Dead one, which I actually did the graphics for.
Mhm.
So it actually came out pretty dope. And he's like, not gonna freaking make me shake, is it? Because it's like Wake the Dead. Like, is the caffeine like super crazy? And I'm like, no, it's regular coffee. It just
Yeah.
is just a name that I
Yeah.
chose to go with.
I forgot the name. That I'm gonna have to go on the website and see if I can just remember it from the packaging. But I do want to
The
order.
professional ghost you got.
Oh yes, that sounds about
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I sent Rachel two, and she's like, which one do you want me to put into the thing? And I was like, well, whichever one that you don't want for yourself. And she's like, well, I want this one, so I'm gonna put the ghost in there. I was like, all right, cool.
Well, kudos to that. Y'all got to figure it out.
Shout out to Rachel. Shout out to Connie. Hey, good morning, ladies. How you doing?
Yes,
out there?
good morning, Connie. I love Connie. She's dope as fuck, dude. She is. I like her a lot. So I went to the movies this weekend. So Amanda, if David and I started yet another podcast. So like I don't have enough podcasts going on in my life as
Or
it is.
podcast.
Yeah. So now, so we're starting a movie podcast, and I went and saw The Conjuring last night, and I was, without giving away any spoilers, I didn't care for it.
Really? Did you see? So have you seen all of the other ones? Like 1, 2.
Yeah.
I have.
So do
Yeah.
you think it was just not well done, or what was your take on it? Because I do want to watch it.
Yeah. So personally, I just didn't care for the storyline. They went way too far off of the family's actual story, in my opinion. So that's one thing. But the episode that we're going to do about it is going to come out in like 3 weeks.
Mhm.
So I'll probably go more into depth of why I didn't really care for it on there. But I do think it's still good to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's still good. But definitely one and two are amazing. The third one I didn't care for that much either. But this one I also didn't really care for, but it was still done well.
Okay. You know what? We just wrapped up watching Insidious. So we started from the beginning
yeah.
and we watch all of I think we have one more. I think maybe that was the last one that was made. And so we were going to start watching The Conjuring next. But yeah, I'm disappointed that you didn't like it.
Well, Amanda,
I am
just to
too
let
a
you
little
know,
bit.
Our show is called The Real Verdict,
Okay.
and I am the movie judge. And I have to say that I agree with Kevin on that movie. I was very it was a meh kind of movie for me. The first Conjuring is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. I really enjoyed that one. As a matter of fact, the Conjuring house, Kevin actually went there to do an
Oh.
investigation with other podcasters
dude.
like Joe from Tales, Trails, and Taverns, and a few other people. And the movie was great. The house is not the same, is it, Kevin, from the movie? It's completely different.
It's different.
No, it's not.
It's different.
Yeah. Well, see the problem with the problem with like based on true story movies is people think that it's going to be more true than it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So like when they make these movies, they're trying to entertain you. They're not trying to tell you the real actual story. They're just trying to be entertaining. And that's where people fall off. Like like the baseline is the true story, and then they go off and tell you more of a story to make it more theatrical and stuff like that.
Right.
And then people get upset. They're like, "Oh, that's not how it goes. That's not how the house looks. That's not the name of that person. Where this character never existed. This person didn't exist in this story." And I'm just like, it's based on true story doesn't mean everything is true.
It's going to be true. Yeah. I think I have a hard time trying to distinguish it too, because I go and I Google stuff like, oh, like what really happened, or how is this supposed to, like the Amityville Horror, like they have the.
Yep.
Have you guys seen that? When the
Yes.
kill his entire family, and so just trying to get like what's real and what's not according to the movie. So yeah.
The Conjuring actually.
Yeah, that's a wild story.
Part 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. The Conjuring covers that, and so the fourth. I mean, I'm probably on the opposite spectrum of what Kevin is saying. Is that yes, it's theatrical. Yes, it's not exactly the same. But in this movie, man, they went way too fucking far to the other side. It was way too much, man. Way too much.
Yeah.
And but I felt like it was 2 love stories, and this is a horror movie, dude. I mean, that's nice that that couple loves each other and their daughter is now in love. Yay, that's wonderful. Yeah. This is a horror movie, man. Move that to the side. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the nitty-gritty. And then the nitty-gritty was over the top. Over the top. I was very disappointed.
Okay. Well, I'm going to watch it, and then I'm going to listen to the podcast just so I can see what you guys liked and disliked about it. And I'm excited for the new. So would this be the first episode, or have you guys already released some episodes?
October 6th.
So the first episode we're doing. So, yep.
and we're
I think you're on a
covering-
delay, David.
Me? Okay. You want me to jump out and jump back in?
I think so.
Okay.
You
guys.
can if you want to, but
You guys have really cool backgrounds, by the way.
yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. So our movie podcast is going to come out on October 6th, and our first movie is Weapons that we're reviewing. And what we're trying to do is we're going to review the trailer of each movie that we watch.
Mhm.
And then we're going to have the episode the following week of the actual movie review.
Okay.
So we'll review the trailer and be like, oh, this looks like what we like, and then when we're reviewing the actual movie, we'll talk about like what we thought the movie was going to be about based on the trailer, and if our minds changed watching the movie and whatnot. So it'd be like it's a every other week podcast.
Yeah. Did you guys watch Sinners with Michael B. Jordan?
Yes, yeah. Yeah. I love Michael B. Jordan. He's a dope actor. I didn't care for the movie
No.
all that much, but because
I
I
liked
just think
it.
that David loves it. David loves
I
it.
love it. I love it.
Me too.
I feel like I'm a little bit too harsh on movies.
Yes.
I just was expecting more of a fight with the vampires.
Okay. I think it was well done in a different way because I feel like once you've seen one vampire movie,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
them all. So I think it had like a little twist
Right.
done differently, and so I love Sinners.
Mm-hmm. It's a good movie. It's still a good movie. It just wasn't my cup of tea. And cinematically, the storyline's great. I just wish they would have maybe gave a little more information as they're going through the slow parts. But at the end of the day, the writing was very well. The angles of the camera, the acting was great. David didn't like Michael B. Jordan's accent. He said he didn't do a good job. I thought he did fine.
No, he did not.
But
You didn't like
other
it?
than that, I was just I was just expecting more of a fight for the vampires. That's really what it came down to for me. Was I was expecting a longer fight. But I did like mowing down the Ku Klux Klan at the end. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a Tommy gun, right?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was dope. I love that. But anywho, I do have some this day in history for you guys.
Bring it.
If I can find where I put it.
Find it.
Yep, right here.
Find
All
it, dog.
All right. In 48 BC, Pompey the Great is assassinated in Egypt by the order of King Ptolemy the 13th. Which actually Ptolemy. It might be Ptolemy. That might be the way to pronounce it.
Is he a Roman or is he an
King
Egyptian?
Ptolemy.
Yeah.
He was King Ptolemy is so the Greeks, the Macedonian Greeks at this time were in power in Egypt. So he technically, ethnically is not Egyptian, but he was the ruler of Egypt.
Okay. So that's Cleopatra was also Greek, right? So
this is Cleopatra's brother.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Who was he was a teenager at this time, and when Pompey the Great landed, he was coming to be received by the Egyptians, and because Julius Caesar and him were at odds, I guess, but they weren't really warring anymore. The war was kind of over within the Romans,
Yes.
within Rome, and so Pompey was this fantastic general, and he was really good at war games. And when he landed in Egypt, he was going there to I I think he was trying to unite with Egypt, and King Ptolemy was like, he's like, if Julius Caesar finds out about this, he's gonna kill me. So he instead thought he was doing a good thing, and had his warriors or whatever, his assassins, assassinate Pompey. And then Julius Caesar finds out about it, shows up, and is pissed off about it. Even though him and Pompey weren't friends anymore and weren't getting along, he was still like irritated. And then that's when the whole like thing with Cleopatra started. So because Cleopatra was on the outs at this time, and then Julius Caesar, when he came after that assassination, implemented Cleopatra back into the Egyptian government.
And then handled the king. Got handled, man.
Wow. So is history your thing? That was really interesting to hear. I've never been a history buff, but like that was very interesting. I love that.
Yeah, I love history. I've been I recently, so I always thought that Cleopatra was ethnically Egyptian and was this dark brown woman. But apparently she was fair skinned. She was Macedonian Greek. And then I was like, I didn't realize that Greek, whatever.
Macedonian. Yeah,
all right.
Macedonian's a nut.
Macedonian. Yeah. Words. But to find out, like, so, and then I was like, well, they were still probably brown, and nope, they weren't. They were just as pale as me,
white as hell. That's right. Yeah, I recently learned that Cleopatra was Macedonian Greek, and that's just, it was like, what? Shock, you know? But yeah. And she wasn't fine.
Yeah,
they were all saying she was fine.
She wasn't.
She wasn't.
Yeah, and
she was playing.
No.
Dog.
So like she was like sixth generation of incest. So because back in that time they thought to keep like the royals all back then, even the English royals now. So they try and keep their bloodline pure, so they stay within their family, which is really weird.
That's weird. That's like
Allie's awesome.
What is that? Have you guys ever seen the Wrong Turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
A Wrong Turn bloodline, and they were, and maybe that's why they all look deformed, because they were just like having sex with their cousins and sisters and brothers and mothers and fathers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gross, man. It gets gross. We're not meant to do that. We're not to 100. I mean, according to the Bible, that's how creation started. But
yeah, but after a while, the Lord banned that. He said, "Okay, enough is enough. Like we have the people now. You can't do that anymore." So that's why it's like. And if you look, there's some small, like the royal towns, like in the sticks and boonies, like way out there, they still do that type of stuff. And it's just sick.
There's a family in, I want to say it's Virginia. They did a documentary on them, and they're having children with each other and stuff like that. And there's I think the brother and sister are in a relationship, but the brother can't even speak English. Like he barks instead. And they live out in the middle of the woods. Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really, it's like incest is not a joke. We're not like, obviously, like you were saying, well, like I said at the beginning of creation, obviously to populate the earth, that was the thing. But after a while, like, I mean, come on now. Sure. There's too many people in the world to do that.
Yeah. Oof.
So it's wild. Anyways, so in 1066, William the Conqueror lands in England, beginning the Norman conquest. And I don't know a whole lot about the Norman conquest, but it was a long drawn out war, and William the Conqueror, I think he was Scottish. And he lands in England, or he was a Viking.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
William the Conqueror.
So because
friend
at
who's
the
a
time
descendant
England was
of
trying to
William the
cleanse the earth for Christianity. Do you?
Conqueror. Yeah. His name's Jeff.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say his
Name's
last name.
Jeff.
Yeah. He's a descendant of William the Conqueror. He did the whole thing and weird.
Interesting.
Wow.
He came up with taxes.
Very
I think.
interesting.
William the Conqueror came up with taxes, which is something I don't like.
Really? We need to go find him.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me
Back in
ask.
time and
Hey,
look
did
at-
William the Conqueror invent taxes?
Yes.
Let's
he
find
did.
out.
Yeah. Is he responsible for this nonsense?
Yeah, it's his fault, man.
So it says not exactly, but he did formalize and expand taxation in England in ways that shaped the English tax system for centuries.
Yay!
So pre
That'd be right.
1066, Anglo-Saxon kings already collected taxes such as geld, which is a land tax originally levied to pay off Viking raiders. So taxation wasn't new. But
He
after
made it official.
the Norman conquest, yeah. So he didn't invent taxes. He just made it more systematically accepted
Okay.
or
Son of a
enforced,
bitch.
I should say.
He still had
So
a
he
hit.
just professionalized.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go slap my friend
Absolutely.
Jeff. Hopefully, he goes back.
Do
to
it.
Yeah.
All right, next one I got for you is 1781. During the American Revolutionary War, the siege of Yorktown begins, which is an event that eventually leads to the British General Cornwallis's surrender and effectively ends major fighting in the war.
Mm.
So this is the where at the end of the movie The Patriot, this
Yeah.
is that battle. This is that battle when he was like, "Oh, how did it come to this? A bunch of farmers with pitchforks."
Thank you, Apache Indians.
That's your acting skills. You're an actor.
He's an actor. He's a
Um,
lot of things. This guy. He's a lot of things. That's for sure. He's a writer. Yeah.
Oh.
He's a
Mm,
producer.
trying.
Yeah.
He's a
Producer.
documentary.
Amanda wrote a book too, or is writing a book.
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
Mm-hmm. I am
Oh,
writing a
man.
book. Hopefully, it's done by the end of the year. It's a book of unresolved cases in North Carolina, and so it's been interesting just like talking to families and getting these stories together and just
That's awesome.
put it, because it's one thing to do
Mhm.
a podcast, but it's another thing to like actually write it down and put it in a book. So it's just
Right.
that. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. That's wonderful. What's it
Absolutely.
called, Amanda? Do you have the name ready or?
I do have a title, and I'm gonna release like the title to the world. I just wanted to get, because I've been sitting on it for a while, and I was waiting for the right time to kind of announce it. But I wanted it to get to a good place that, like, when I do turn it over to the publisher, like it's kind of like ready to go as soon as possible. So we're working through it, and I just hope to have it done by the end of the year. So
Cool. That's cool.
thank you.
I'm excited for it. All right, so I have another segment for you guys. If you where is my
What is your segment?
video for it? Well, you'll know when I know. There we go.
That's right. Get a load of those jugs.
All right. So this is a segment where I tell you 3 stories, and then you guys try and guess which story is the Florida Man. All right. So first story, a man tried to make his grocery cart go faster by strapping a stolen gas leaf blower engine to the back, thinking it would act like a mini jet. He started it in a parking lot, and the cart shot forward, tipped, and sent him tumbling into parked cars. Police arrested him for public intoxication and theft of the engine.
He stole the engine too?
Yeah, he stole the engine from the leaf blower.
Oh my god!
And in that parking lot of, I think it was like a Lowe's or a Home Depot, one or the other.
Can I have a question? Can I ask a question about that?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Did he have it in the store, trying to run it in the store?
No, he was in the parking lot.
Okay, he was in the parking lot. Okay.
Yeah.
That actually, because if he was in the store trying to zoom through, that's just nuts. But
Yeah,
it's a prime candidate for
they do some crazy stuff out there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
What do you think about this one?
Are you gonna do the other two, or are we gonna just?
No, he's gonna do the
Yeah,
other two for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But this one's a prime candidate,
All right.
I think.
Yeah, I would say right now it takes the lead.
All right. So, story number 2, a man decided he wanted a closer selfie with an alligator in a retention pond. He climbed a fence with a no swimming sign, beware of gators, and he held his phone out and tried to lure the gator with a bag of chips. The 8-foot gator lunged, grabbed his hand, and he had to be rescued by wildlife officers. He did survive, but he lost part of one of his fingers, and he was
Got off
fined
easy.
for harassing wildlife.
Damn, son.
Is this the thing where it can be all of the above?
I think he's trying to fool us with the crocodile thing because we
Yeah,
know
that's
there's tons
true.
of
That's
crocodiles in Florida.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
He's good at this. He's good
Alligators.
at whatever. He's good at like trying to change your thoughts on this. So I'm
Okay.
gonna say it sounds so Florida, but probably not.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Still, I'm number one. I'm still on number one.
Okay.
All right.
Number 2.
All right. So,
Here's a third one.
story number 3. Two men were following their GPS and drove straight onto a boat launch ramp, and the GPS didn't show the end of the road, and instead of stopping, they followed directions into the water. They both escaped unhurt, but the rental car had to be pulled out of the water.
It's pretty dumb. That's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, there's water there, but it says to keep going.
Hey,
Yeah.
The bridge lifted. The bridge lifted. Let's drive up it.
What the hell, dude? That's really dumb.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm torn. The first one does seem more like.
Yeah. I'm saying the first one is Florida, man. Second one, nice try, Kevin. But if it's actually that, I'm gonna be pissed. And then 3, it feels like a northern state. I don't know why. I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna go with 1. What about you, Amanda?
All right.
I'm gonna go with 2. I might fall for the trap. But it just seems.
You might actually get it right. Let's see. Allie's with me on 1. All right, Allie. Pow.
Allie says 1. All right. In New Jersey,
Yeah.
2 men would follow their GPS off of a bridge into the bay.
North. I knew
Okay,
it.
dude.
Pow.
Yeah,
son.
yeah.
Daddy knows what
So,
he's talking about.
with that information, that removes 3, so that leaves 1 and 2. But in Florida, a man would lose his finger after trying to get a selfie with an alligator.
It was too
Good
obvious.
job, Amanda.
I know, but it's just so very Floridian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, man. Good
Yeah,
job.
I've thrown an alligator story out there before that wasn't Florida, and
Yeah.
everybody guessed
Picked
it
it.
was Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was number 1?
But Number one was in California.
Son of a bitch.
I wouldn't have thought California though, but I just
Yeah, me neither.
yeah.
People are dumb
Mhm.
everywhere, not just in Florida.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
North
Sometimes I get stories from other countries.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. Like the bank rob. Like there was a bank robbers in England. The guy that robbed a store, ran and jumped a fence to a prison. That was in England.
Oops.
He was trying to hide out within the fence line of a prison, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
What a mistake.
You're already here. Let's just go in.
yeah, it might as well just come inside.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. All right. I got another segment for you guys.
Bring it, big dog.
Well, if it will play anyway.
Sometime today.
Ooh.
All right, let's check out this video David sent to us today.
It's hard to believe, but videos from the future have started appearing on the internet. The author of these videos calls himself the only survivor and goes by the name of Javier from Spain. Today, he has over 8 million followers. According to him, he is traveling through time and has been stranded in the year 2027, where he is the last person on Earth. It may seem like a joke or a prank, but what really stands out is the sight of vast cities with no one in them. He walks through empty streets, shows stadiums, hospitals, police stations, museums, and even airports. Everything is completely abandoned. At the request of subscribers, Javier has already visited the Vatican, the largest banks in Europe, the Eiffel Tower, and even penetrated into Zone 51. And every time, on every of his videos, there is not a single person. But the real shock caused his last video. He is in a completely empty White House of the United States and whistling the national anthem. Then he sits on the president's chair and starts to call somewhere on the phone.
Man, AI is getting really freaking good.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I would say. But that is creepy to think about. And just 2027, everybody's gone.
Gosh.
It's kind of creepy.
That is
It's
very
kind of creepy.
Clearly, I don't
But-
think it's a real thing. I don't.
Obviously,
Yeah, clearly. But,
Yeah, I know.
The idea that everyone is gone by 2027 is interesting. You can look at the
Mhm.
White House and you know right away that cannot be the White House in 2027 because there's no Diet Coke button or anything like that, you know. So doesn't look, it looks like the old White House, you know what I mean? It's all gold now. So I don't think that's real. I think Zone 51, what the hell are they talking about? It's Area 51. Get it right. The Vatican thing, that's pretty interesting. But let's say, for argument's sake, it's real. Let's just say.
Mhm.
If it's real, I don't think it's our timeline. It could be an alternate timeline. That would be interesting, right? Could be a different timeline. Or, well, I just don't think it's real. I really, it cannot be real. I don't think it's real. But it's the way he does it. Like, he goes to all these places. How does he get rid of everyone? How does that happen? You know, you're saying AI. I think the White House could be, but how is he putting himself in the AI? It's just weird. He's really good at it. I can't explain it.
Yeah. Movie magic, Doug. Movie magic.
That dude needs to be making movies because
He
that
does.
shit's better than some of the movies I've seen. That's for sure.
For sure. For sure.
show.
110%.
Case in
All
point.
right. So, yeah. All right. This next segment I got for you guys. Let's see here.
Love this.
There it is.
Love it. Shout out to Heather and Rachel.
All right, so I appreciate Heather and Rachel for doing this every time for the show. It means a lot to me. I think the more awareness we can bring to missing people, the better. But so as I play this video, we're gonna shut our cameras off and our microphones so it doesn't distract from their message today. So I'm gonna start playing that first, and then yeah.
Hello, what's up? We're Java fam. Kevin, David, everybody here. Hello, I'm Rachel.
And I am Heather. And we're back. We're Javaing it up. And we are here today to do what we do on this segment, share some information on a missing person. And this week it is about a 16-year-old girl from Georgia.
Yep. Nyla Colon was last seen around 12:30 in the morning on July 27th in the metro area of Atlanta, Georgia. This family is desperately trying to find Nyla for many reasons. First of all, that's their family member. But Nyla also has a brain tumor that she has a history of seizures. How do you say words? You know what? This mic up here is going to throw me off. It's fine. Without her medication, though, she is at a severe risk of losing her life.
Right. So this leads us to the fact that always comes up in these missing persons reports of young girls. Is it a runaway? We say this all the time. It should never be looked like that, and it should be taken seriously from jump, always. But Nyla's family definitely does not believe it's a runaway, especially with her not having this medication that she needs just to live her life safely.
Right. It's unfortunate that when I saw Nyla's missing persons report and found out that it was from Atlanta, Georgia, or from that area, there is so much trafficking that happens there. And, you know, this is still an open and ongoing investigation, and I'm not trying to say this is what happened or point in a direction, but I still wanted to provide the resources available because unfortunately that area is a highly trafficked area statistically. Nyla is loved and missed by her family, and they are begging to find her and bring her home. Nyla is missing out of South Fulton, Georgia. She is 16 years old, and she was last known to be in the area of Roosevelt Highway and Mallory Road. She is around 120 pounds. She is 5 feet 2 inches tall with black hair and brown eyes.
And the police have issued a 50-state alert through missing, lost, and trafficked, urging everyone across the country to watch for Nyla. If you have any information, please contact Detective Allen at 470-693-2707. And there is another number that has been shared by her family on a missing persons flyer. And that number is 470-389-0701.
Okay, you guys, we do have time for a quote today. I feel like every single time we've been doing the missing segments, we've gone over and over and over. Now that I'm saying that, we're definitely going to go over, so let me get into it. But my quote today, it is something that I believe in this message to my core, and I'm going to say it with my freaking whole chest right now. Quote, "One of the truest tests of maturity is the ability to disagree with someone while still remaining respectful." Dave Willis. What you talking about, Willis?
That is so true and needs to be taken with everyone else with their full chest, because we see this more and more and more and more every single day. But Thank you for that, Rachel, and everyone continue to be on the lookout for Nyla and for all the other missing people that we bring on these segments and anywhere else that you may see. Remember, it only takes a second to share. And that is all we have for you today.
Yes.
Let's break this down.
Okay. It's been a while. We're Java. We're Java. We're Java.
Morning show. You can hear my voice cracking.
Oh, yeah.
Weird Java Morning Show. The take two was better.
That was way better. You guys, CrimeCon stole our voices. That's fine. All right, bye.
What a pretty little girl.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I hope she's found.
Yeah,
Me too. Me too. Actually, let's. So they recorded that probably about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to see if there's
Great.
any if there's any updates on her at all.
Oh wait.
Nyla Colin has been missing. She's been found safe.
Yeah. I just
Yes.
saw that. Yeah.
Love that, man. That's wonderful.
Yep.
Hmm.
So she was found August 9th.
Amen to that.
Absolutely.
August 9th, really?
That's what it says.
Wow. Well, good. That's wonderful. Good news. Excellent news.
Absolutely, homie. Absolutely. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
I ain't wrong.
But I do have a true crime. I do have a true crime story for you guys today that I'd
Bring
like
it,
to
son.
tell you.
Let's hear it.
Bring it, son.
I got you. I have it written down in a notebook, but I can't find it. But I know the story pretty well, so I'm gonna tell you anyway.
Excellent. By the way, my boy is a contestant on Faces of Halloween on Facebook. I just want to
Yes.
point
You
that
are.
out.
Aren't you like in first place or something now?
He's in first
I
place
currently first place.
in his group.
Currently,
First place. That's awesome. Let's keep him there. There's 4 days left, Kev.
4 days left. The last day is Thursday.
Okay.
So it ends on Thursday, October 2nd at 7 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern time or 7 p.m. Pacific. I can't remember because the people that are putting on the competition are in California. So, and that's where I would go if I win.
I
Okay.
voted this morning before the show just to make sure I get my vote in for the day.
Okay. I'll go
You
vote
can do it every
after
day.
we do this too.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Every once in a while, they do 2-for-1 votes, which
Mhm.
has been beneficial for me anyway.
Yeah.
But it's all ladies. It's just me and 4 ladies in my group. So they
and he's number
yeah,
one.
they
Can you believe that?
That's
awesome.
yeah, that's pretty good. So I think I read what you would like what you would get, but can you just say it again? Because I kind of forgot.
yeah. So I get to meet to meet up with Jamie Lee Curtis,
Right.
Kane Hodder, and Matthew Lillard. I get to talk to them, I guess, or whatever, which
Two of those
isn't
people
really
I know.
something that which isn't really something that I particularly care about. But if I could get all 3 of them on their own episodes for my podcast, that would be dope. And that's the point.
Mine
That's
too,
kind of
damn it.
like what I was thinking.
Mine
So-
too.
It's like
So I want to be able to talk to them and try and like the whole point when I looked at it and saw it, I was like that'd be great to like network my podcast.
Yeah.
And then I get featured in Rue Morgue magazine.
Right.
So I could talk about the podcast in the magazine and all that stuff. And then I get $13,000, I guess.
you get
But they asked me.
it's like I get
They-
$13,000 I guess.
They asked me what I would do with the money, and I just said I would donate it to the charity
To me.
that
To me.
is running the program.
You would
That's
donate it to a
awesome,
charity
though.
called
Wow.
David Don't Know.
Me
It's a
too.
great charity. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
The Amanda Denise Fund.
Yeah, right. Hey Heather,
Our-
Heather's been voting for you every day. I want to put that out there.
Yes,
Heather.
yes,
Thank you,
Heather
Heather.
has been. I really appreciate it. She told you that I don't see her messages, but she has to message me for me to see her messages. Just saying.
There you go, Heather. I don't know.
All right, so this true crime story I have for you happened in 2001, literally right after
September 11th, 9/11.
9/11 because
Okay.
it was I think it was October 10th. But this she was this young woman, and she was described as very bright. She was born in 1973 or 1976. Regardless, she was in her 20s at the time. So she's described as being this very studious, very bright, just loved life, really cared about, which is a lot of the things that were described about her is what people describe of people after death. But she started dating this man named Richard. He lived full time in Rhode Island, but he spent time up here in Maine because she was from Maine, and she lived in South Berwick. So she moved to South Berwick and started a job at Pratt and Whitney, which Pratt and Whitney is kind of like a General Electric. They do jet engine stuff and all that, like governmental engineering and product design. So she loved her job. She actually started modeling, and during modeling, her and Richard would break up. But she
he was
apparently
jealous.
Richard and her still kept in contact. But she was trying to be a model at the same time as working this job. So then she reconnected with a gentleman she went to high school with named Jason. Now Jason had they worked together at Dunkin' Donuts when they were in high school, and I believe that he was even voted prom king in high school and stuff. So he was like a pretty substantial person in high school that everybody knew, and she was friends with him. But after once they became adults, they lost contact, but they reconnected as adults, and Jason had a son at the time and was a widower. So he lost his wife to cancer, and he had moved to Florida. So she went to Florida after reconnecting and stayed with him. And while she was in Florida, she was introduced to his neighbor named Eric Albright or Ubright. And so Eric was an outdoor enthusiast, motorcycle. He loved motorcycles. He actually took her on a motorcycle ride through Florida. I believe this is the Fort Myer area, if I remember correctly.
Shout out to Amanda.
Yeah.
Amanda Goodwin.
Yep, absolutely. So they became really close friends, her and Eric, the neighbor. And she would go home, and it would turn out that Eric was extremely infatuated. He was super enamored with her and would start calling her, emailing her, trying to see if he could come up to Maine to visit her and all that. So she ends up having him to her house, and he stays at her house, and he's thinking, oh, this is going to be a good weekend. We're going to, I'm going to be romantic and this and that. And what he didn't realize was that Amy didn't want a relationship. She didn't want to be romantically tied down. She had just ended her, it was like a 5-year relationship with Richard. And she was like, I'm not into doing that. And then, so he gets to her house, and Richard is there. So she asked Richard to stay there that weekend to make sure that no hanky-panky was going to be happening, to make sure that Eric knew where she stood with him. So, anywho, they go out into Portland's Old Port, which it's very historical, it's very old, but that's where there's a lot of these bars and stuff. So all the bars and clubs are really close. You can hop. I went there for my 21st birthday, and I don't remember most of the night, but but it's everything's really close, and you can change your scenery pretty fast between like a dive bar to a restaurant to a nightclub where you're dancing and all this stuff. And so her and Eric go out. Richard stays at the house, and so they're out, and she's dancing, and she's not really paying attention to Eric. And a lot of people notice that Eric looks visibly upset most of the night. A lot of people that are recalling this as the investigation for her is underway. But so they go to this bar called Foreplay. It's a dive bar. There's pool tables and everything. It's it's not fancy. And she meets up with this gentleman named Russ and Kush, and they notice Eric's demeanor. And Eric is just sitting at the bar watching her while she plays pool with these two guys. And so then they go, right after that, they go to the Pavilion, which is a dance club. And then Eric ends up leaving. Eric leaves, it's like, all right, this night isn't turning out the way that I want it to. So I'm just going to get out of here. She's not paying attention to me. So what's the point? So he leaves. And then the next morning, Richard, I'm sorry. So Richard shows up to the house the next morning because he ended up leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes back. I'm sorry, not Richard, but Richard did leave. Richard went home. Sorry, I'm mixing up the story. So her neighbor, noticed that her jacket was on her door and was like, this is weird. And she went to knock on her door. And there was no answer. And she noticed a letter posted to her door, and it was signed from Eric, and it was very angry, telling her basically like calling her some disgusting names. And I think the words that people use for promiscuous women, some of those names and stuff like that. And so she called the cops. The cops come. They do investigate the house. There's nobody in the house. So then they track down Eric, and Eric is they find Eric at the airport trying to leave for Florida to go back home to Florida. So they bring him to an interrogation, and they're asking him about his night. He said that she was, paying attention to a lot of gentlemen. So that's why he was upset. He was expecting, romance this weekend and stuff like that. He goes, I'm sorry I left that note, but like, I don't know where she is. I don't know anything else, what happened to her. I assume that she would have gone home. He said he went and stayed at a hotel that night. Mm-hmm. But the timeline that he gave police was off.
Yeah.
He said he left the Pavilion at 11, but he had from cameras and his gas receipt, he was still in the area after midnight. So anywho, so family and friends, she was very close with her mother, which parents, I implore you to be close with your children, because the faster that things are off, I mean, the immediate, once things are off, the faster investigations can happen like this. Right. So she talked to her mother every day, and this day she wasn't. So her family went out and started posting flyers in the Old Port. And there was this beat cop just doing his beat around the block that next day. And these two gentlemen came out with the flyer in their hand, flagging the cop down. So he pulls over, he talks to them, and it turns out to be Russ and Kush. And they would explain to the cop that, they saw Amy that night and described Eric's demeanor. Now, at this point, Eric was allowed to go back to Florida. They don't have any evidence to keep him there. Right. So he's back in Florida, and Russ and Kush are telling police their story. And then they are interrogating Richard about his night. Mm-hmm. and Richard doesn't have any evidence to any corroboration. You know the word.
You said it right. Man.
Yeah. So he has nothing to say where he was. He said he had gone home that night. Mm-hmm. And there's no evidence to say that he did or didn't. Okay. So we have two suspects. We have Eric, we have Richard, and then we have these two guys telling police about seeing her that night, and that in fact they played pool with her, and then they saw her again at the pavilion, and Russ said that he actually danced with her and stuff, and that's when Eric up and left. Mm-hmm. And so they wanted to tell police about the situation, about how Eric was acting. So obviously red flags are up. Eric is now number one suspect. And not too long after that, Amy's remains would be found with evidence attached to her, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And then a family member of the killer would come forward and say that this person borrowed a shovel that night. So with all that information that I've given you, what are you guys thinking? Who is the killer?
I'll let our guest answer first.
Well, I mean, like you said, everything is pointing to Eric, but I just want to know where Richard was, because if the story wasn't corroborated and they couldn't tell whether he was at home or not, then it's also like, I mean, because the obvious suspect is Eric, but then you also have Richard. Like, what is his alibi? But then what is his motive too? Like, I mean, it seems like they were really close. I don't know if they got into an argument or something at some point, or he liked her and then something went wrong. But I'm gonna have to say Eric, only because of everything is kind of pointing to him, his behavior, mm-hmm. and everything that it was that night, people putting him with her. So that would be my, just like right off of what I know so far, I would say him.
Off the cuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the other way, and I would, we would need more information, but I'm thinking it's Richard. And the reason I'm saying this is because the note that Eric left behind, why would a killer leave evidence like that laying around? You know what I'm saying? If he was the one who was the perpetrator, that would be a clear indication, a big arrow pointing to him. But if he had nothing to worry about, he would not leave that letter there. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that he did it, right? He would probably go back and pull the letter away. That would be my guess, unless he's a complete idiot. And there are people like this that don't know, or they could forget, they make mistakes. So it could be Eric, but I'm leaning towards Richard because of the lack of where he was, the lack of, and the DNA obviously is going to point the finger at the person. I'm thinking it's Richard. I'm thinking it's going to be his family member saying that he left, he borrowed a shovel. That's my guess. It could be Eric though.
But could Eric have left a note to try to throw people off? Like maybe it was his thing, like, yeah, I left a note. Like, yeah, but I didn't, know what I mean?
Could be. Yeah.
They do that often. They try to throw people off their trail. Mm-hmm. It could have just been that he just left a note to try to, place himself at a certain time.
But wouldn't he know that it makes him look guilty? I mean, that makes you look guilty, man. You were pissed. You have motive now, and blah 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 blah, all that stuff. And it's just interesting to me that I don't think it was him. I don't think he was hoping for romance. I think he was hoping to get laid. And if that was the case, then it does look more like Eric. But if it was romance and he's just angry, that's a whole other story. It's like, I guess he was like, the motivation is lost.
Yeah. Wait, can I ask a question though? How was he found? Like, what was how was he murdered?
Hold on a second. So
She was buried
Let's see.
in a shallow grave.
I have a couple things pulled up. Yes, she was. I had the freaking thing pulled up on her, but sometimes these things work against us a lot, and it's not that great.
That's a good point,
right.
though, Amanda. That was a very good point.
Thank you. I guess I just want to know, like, if she was found in the shallow grave, then what did the ME rule? What's her official cause of death?
It's going to be strangulation.
Yes, that is a good
probably. I'm thinking strangulation. I'm thinking head trauma, and then obviously she was raped, right? And the person is not that smart.
I think
not
so.
A brilliant guy.
I wish I freaking this. No. So it's really interesting because.
Whoa! Where'd he go? It's very interesting that he disappeared on us like that. Kevin. So what do you think really? Like, do you think I'm thinking it's strangulation?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know, because if it was like, just the passion, like crime of passion, was it like stabs or was it strangulation? Just kind of trying to figure out like the cause. But yeah, strangulation does sound like it could be,
because we don't know the strength of this guy. We don't know, we know that they were great friends, probably.
Yeah.
And he obviously, I'm thinking this was a very good looking woman, right? She was very attractive, and she had admirers all over. You can tell by the fact that when they were out, a lot of men were giving her attention. And so, yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind, especially if it's a rape type of thing. It's a very sad situation, I hate that kind of thing.
And I feel like he would have had that. He would have had the motive. He was jealous.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
That was
all right, big dog.
You just dropped
I know. And freaking I was trying to pull up my articles, and it just freaking kicked me right out of here.
Cause of death, do you have that? We're like wondering.
Yeah.
Because it just seems so typical. To me, it seems like an atypical
yes, hold on.
Murder.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder if she got into some type of argument with the person who did kill her, and it was maybe just like not intentional, but just like an anger, and it was like, and then now like a whole thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was shot in the head.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then buried in the woods of Scarborough, Maine. And
Did not see that coming.
No,
but like I said, there was DNA on her. It is determined that after she was shot, things had happened.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I'm Richard. I'm leaning towards Richard. Amanda's leaning towards Eric. Let's hear it, big dog. Give us the reveal.
All right. So I just want to specify how she was found first.
Okay.
So they used cell phone records, witness interviews. Like I said, a relative of the killer came forward saying that he allowed the killer to use a shovel and thought it was really weird. So it was a team of searchers on November 8th of 2001, which included law enforcement, and they were looking in the wooded area that was like the last known ping of said cell phones. Okay. And that's how they ended up finding her in in a shallow grave with a gunshot wound to the head, and obviously the DNA was there too. So,
Damn, son.
Yeah, I was not expecting the shot in the head.
Yeah, me neither.
yeah. So Amy wanted to go home. So she was outside of the pavilion, and the killer would pull up in his car to take her home. And the killer headed off into a direction of that she was telling him to go. And then when she realized that he was not, in fact, taking her home, she asked to be let out. And then the killer would then proceed to try and park and try and take advantage of her, which she was not for. And then the killer would then say, well, let's just go for a walk then. So they go to the beach, and they walk on the beach and whatnot. And then that's where the killing would take place, because he would end up trying to pin her down to the ground to try and, take what he thought was his right. And then that's when he would shoot her in the head, put her body in the trunk, go borrow the shovel, and bury her in the woods of Scarborough. And the killer, in initial investigation, seemed like he was to help, and
seemed like he was what now, Kevin?
Seemed like he was trying to help. He eventually ended up shaving his head and changing his look by the end of October. So the killer happened to be the man that flagged the police down. His name's Russ Gorman. His official name is Jeffrey Gorman. He played pool with her. He danced with her that night. And then after Eric left, he thought he would take matters into his own hands to try and sleep with Amy, which Amy was not about. So instead of just letting her go home, he decided to kill her instead. And then he did rape her, the corpse, and left his DNA behind. And so they used his cell phone records to determine where he went that night. Even though cell phones weren't like a huge thing, we still had them in 2001. So yeah, and then he would be sentenced to 60 years to life.
Wow.
For her murder. And Eric was initially arrested before they found her body. Yeah. Eric was arrested and was supposed to be put on trial for her being murdered, because they assumed that she was gone at the point that they arrested him. And then they found out that this gentleman who was decidedly just inserting himself into the investigation, which is something that we hear all the frickin' time.
Yeah.
Because they want to make sure that they're throwing the cops off their scent, and stuff like that. So yeah, he was like this pretty boy, frosted tips, frickin' the hemp necklace and stuff like that. Old Navy t-shirt, and then frickin' he got a neck tattoo and shaved his head after the initial investigation.
Wow.
So yeah, it's unfortunate. She was a pretty lady too.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about when you dropped from the universe.
But this guy, this guy who inserted himself, had he not done that, Eric might have been put away for this.
Wrongfully convicted, yeah.
Yep.
Easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easily. Especially with the note he left. Makes him look bad.
So it was determined that Richard was at home. They as much as they couldn't like
records. So.
they couldn't like tell exactly that he was telling the truth, but it was pretty early on after talking to him. There was like, there's nothing tying him to any of this, even though that she did ask him to be there that weekend. There was no like evidence of him, so that he was never even like considered the perpetrator of her disappearance. But they were like, Eric is the guy, 100%. And this Russ guy, this Jeffrey Gorman dude, the piece of shit that he is, just, it always boggles my mind that you think that you deserve something so much that you're gonna forcefully take it and then take the life of said person. It doesn't sit well with me on all these stories, and I can't, like, so personally, not to get too graphic, but if somebody's not enjoying me, I can't be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna, like, if they're hurt, they're crying, they're trying to push me away, I'm not gonna stay, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be excited. Right. I'm not gonna be excited.
Is that like, why you took off earlier? Because we weren't enjoying you. You just took off.
It was like, bye.
Shut up.
He was like, later. You're not enjoying me. So let me point something out real quick. You gave us 2 suspects, bro. And so we were thinking it was between one of those 2 guys.
I talked about Russ quite a bit too.
You did talk about him.
Yeah.
But you said it's either these 2. I was like, oh, it's got.
I didn't say it was either these 2.
And these are the 2 suspects.
I didn't say 2 suspects.
I think we did feel like we had to choose between Richard and Eric.
Thank you, Amanda.
But I mean, well, that's just goes to show, like, I feel like people who do that also have a history of having done it before, or just have like this suppressed thing. Because I mean, he's basically a sexual deviant, is what he is, and I just feel like they have either thought about it, or maybe have attempted it in the past, or done it before, and so that's why they're just wired differently. Like, they don't care. Like, it's something in their brain that just basically just triggers them to do evil stuff. And we had this conversation the other day when I was at the police department, and we were talking about a case that we're working on. And like the sexual deviant, and it, like the lady was murdered, and then she was also like traces of stuff was found on her, but we're trying to like narrow down the people, and we're like, well, yeah, but he has a history of just like sexual assault, like just these sex crimes, and he was also on the registry. But it's also like, well, does that make you a murderer too, or are you just a nasty guy? You know what I mean? And so just trying to so it's just, I'm going off on a tangent here, but I really don't think like sexual deviance should be or can be rehabilitated. I think that's just something in their mind. And if you look at all of these crimes, like some of these people don't even do a long time in prison. Like they do maybe 5 or 10 years, and then they're out, and then they go and do something to somebody else and kill them. It's like, you should never been out in the first place. Like, you should have been behind bars forever, because you're just a sexual deviant and you can't change. That's just how I feel about it, but I digress.
Do you think people can change?
I do, but not sexual behavior. I think once a sexual predator, always a sexual predator. And I think it's because they just are wired differently. Like, you can't tell me that a man who molests a girl, a little girl or whatever, is not going to do it again. It's just something that they have to do. And I think they have like maybe like dolls they try to give sexual predators just to maybe like reduce that urge, but you're going to result to a human being at some point. That's just not what you want. You want a human being, whether it's a child or whatever it is. But in terms of rehabilitation for maybe someone who's committed like a crime of like, I don't know, robbery or something like that, then maybe yes. Like, I've seen it. Like, I have a family member, who was incarcerated for something that they've done, and they've turned their life around. And so it can happen. But as far as sexual deviance, hell no. Don't think so at all. Nope.
Yep. I think sexual predators should be given death sentences. That's my opinion. Or
cut their little thing off or something. I don't know. Sorry.
That's awesome. I agree. Castrate them or whatever, take away the, what they use to perpetuate these crimes. Because there's so many people that I've talked to that have childhood trauma of somebody doing something. And it's like, it's not everybody, but there's a lot of people that have experienced something from an adult that shouldn't have happened.
Yep.
And a lot of times these people are still out doing their life, and there's no way to like convict them a lot of times too. It's a really weird thing, like, because like, so not to get too much into it because it's my sister's story, it's her story to tell, but like what happened to her, there was no charges. He just went back to Arizona where he was from originally, you know what I mean? So he is out there, and then he had 3 kids at this time that were around all of our ages.
Wow.
And he went back to Arizona, got married, and had another kid after what he did to my sister.
That sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Oh God.
So it's really freaking weird. They tell him that he needs therapy, and then my mom did therapy, and she didn't believe my sister until she did therapy, which was really weird too. And I'll be honest with you, my dad signed the day that he found out. My dad went to the precinct and signed a protection from abuse order. So none of us were allowed to go back to my mom's house.
Oh, wow.
While he was there. So I showed up. I took some kitchen knives from my dad's house, and I showed up. My mom opened the door like this much and just stood in the doorway like this. And she's like, "You're not supposed to be here." I was like, "I need to come inside." And she's like, "You can't be here." And I can hear him in the background. And she ended up forcing me not to be allowed inside because she knew that I wasn't supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And if she had let me in that night, he would be dead.
Wow.
So your mother knew this person?
Yes. He was my stepdad.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing.
So
well, that's fucking terrible, man. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Jesus.
Love to your sister, man. That's
Well, that happens in a lot of just cases. That's why kids don't want to speak up, because they don't think people will believe them, or they feel threatened by their abuser. And so it's a lot of things that just goes into play when, kids are just have to go through that. So yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. But anywho, I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk about you and your podcast and the things that you're doing. So what started you on the journey of your podcast?
Sure. So I am a former broadcast journalist. I worked in local TV news for a little over 2 years. I was a reporter down in Eastern North Carolina. And I love reporting. I love telling stories. But while reporting, I just, anybody who knows about the reporting world, you can bounce from story to story every single day, right? Like, you don't really have a say in the stories that you do tell. You can pitch something, but if at the end of the day, if they want you to go do a story, you do it. But while in local news, I saw that there was a need to tell cold case stories. Like, I remember wanting to bring like a little cold case segment to my news station because it was so many unsolved cases. And so after, that didn't happen, I just started Coding Untold so I can tell these stories on my own terms and on my own time and reach out to these families. And so after leaving local news, it just became something that I just really transitioned to. Coding Untold didn't start as a podcast. It was just more of a platform just to kind of raise awareness of cold cases in North Carolina. I did a news package on a missing mom out of Lexington, North Carolina. So I interviewed her daughter for the story, and she was one of the first people that I interviewed to kind of kick off Coding Untold. And it's just something that I felt like I needed to do. Like, I felt that even though I'm not in local news, I can still tell stories, but I can do it my own way. And so I'm still a journalist. I'm just telling cold case stories. And so the podcast started in last year. I kicked off like the first episode, and we just wrapped up season 1 a couple of months ago. But it was just a way to continue just to pushing these cases forward into the public eye, and then also just giving families a voice. Like, I wanted families to be able to come on a platform to talk about their loved ones, not necessarily the case, but just to tell people who their loved one was. Many times people just want people to be remembered for who they was when they was around, and just memories they have. And so just allowing them to come on and express themselves in that way. And so I am now under the network FIM, Jules and Jen from Fire Eyes Media. So they have taken me under their wings, and we're planning for season 2. Then I have the book in the works, and just I'm working alongside investigators with the Kinston Police Department. So they brought me in to help look at their cold cases. Me and another girl, we're going through their case files. Like, we're looking at the crime scene photos, we're reading statements, we're interviewing people, like recreating timelines, just trying to help them solve some of their cases, because we know that agencies, a lot of the time, they lack the manpower and resources to even do cold cases. And so that's what we're just help them do.
So can you, when you're doing these cases, are you allowed or able to share those cases on your podcast?
So now that I'm working with them, I don't, not unless they ask me to. There is one that I might cover, but I have to be very careful about the details, because now that I'm in it, right, I can't share
you
that.
can't give out all the details,
but I can give what the investigators give me, and I can still interview the families and have them on to tell their stories too. There was actually one episode that I did. It's the Kathy Dawson episode with the Kinston Police Department. I did that episode before working with them, but now that I've been in the case, like, I know a lot more things. Like, I just probably won't touch that one because I just know so much about it now. So
I love the name Cold and Untold.
Thank you.
It's a great name.
Same.
When I was thinking about the names, I'm like, what could it be? Like, okay, cold cases and then untold stories. So kind of like putting it together in that way. And I just think, and I want to let people know this is a podcast that is just focused on cold cases. Like, there's no resolution. I know a lot of people like to hear a resolution at the end of the tunnel, but these are just all cold cases. And I think these families, they need it more because these cases are still unsolved and they still need some type of closure, answer, justice. So
have you covered any unsolved ones? Like
eggs.
Are any of those unsolved cases that you covered in season 1? I know Kevin was going to ask this question. Have they been solved yet?
No, but we're close on one of them.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
What are can you tell us the details on that one?
Well, it's the one that I did for the Kinston Police Department, the Kathy Dawson case. So that's the case that we're working on, and we have an idea of who it is. Unfortunately, the person is deceased. However, like, we're just waiting on the state crime lab. Like, it can take anywhere from like 6 months to like a year to even retest certain evidence and everything like that. So we have a strong idea. And then basically just like waiting. Like, we just want people just to come forward. Like, I know it's like the cliche thing, if you know something, say something. And I just wish people understood that you can come forward with information and not have to give your name. Like, you can just submit a tip anonymously, but help these families because they're hurting. It's so bad. They just are sad. The daughter who I interviewed for the mom, her anniversary was 2 days ago of being missing. She's been missing for 31 years, and she disappeared when the daughter was like only 2. So she doesn't have a lot of memories of her, but when she turned 15 or 16, she started asking questions like, where's my mom? And so from then on, she's been like investing all of her time into her adulthood, trying to figure out what happened to her mom. And so she just goes through these spells of just like sadness and just like doesn't know what to do. And then she has a family of her own too, right? So then you have to juggle like having your own family and like putting it down so you don't get overwhelmed, and then just kind of, coming back to it when you kind of can take a breath. So it's just hard. I can imagine being in these families' positions.
I think about that a lot, like especially like child cases, like because I have children myself, and when kids go missing, it's heart wrenching, even if not knowing them. Like it bothers me deeply especially when it comes to children, and so like I can't even imagine being a parent with a missing child and not knowing what happened. Yeah. And then going years and years and years of having no evidence and not being able to figure it out, and then possibly even dying without knowing,
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I think the unknown for people is just the worst. I think they would rather know that their loved one is like dead than to just know that they're still missing and they've been missing for 31 years. It's like I don't know if they're alive, I don't know if they're dead, I don't know if they're like being held captive. Like, so I think it's that feeling that's just the worst for them.
Absolutely.
When's your new season coming back?
I don't know yet. So that's what I'm going to talk to Jen about. She and I are going to kind of hash. There's a cold case that somebody actually brought to my attention, and I might do that case and do like little short form episodes, because my podcast is like short, digestible. Like they're not longer than like maybe like 12-15 minutes. Like they're really short.
Really?
So I might break this case up into just mini episodes, because I think it's a good case and it needs to be covered. It's a child too. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
rough stuff.
I know it's tough, and I hate because my background is in paralegal criminal justice. I worked at the courthouse for a while and I saw some stuff there, but like once you're in it, and I don't want to sound like I am immune to it, but you kind of just build up like what's the word? Not a tolerance, but it doesn't. I thought I would be more.
It is a tolerance in a way.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just, I guess maybe I'm kind of used to it in a sense, but it's still sad. But I just kind of turn that radar off and just kind of get in and just like kind of focus. But yeah,
that's good, because it can be really difficult when you're researching this stuff, because on One Nothing, when I would do a true crime story, there's some crazy stuff out there, and going through the research, I had to take breaks because it was too much, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, after a while, like I've been doing this Down the Rabbit Hole, which is paranormal, unknown stuff, unexplained, whatever. In the beginning, if I was looking at a video that was really scary at night, I would have trouble sleeping or nightmares or whatever. And I do this every morning. So I get up and now I look for videos to share every single day, every day. Don't take any weekends off. And now nothing scares me. Yeah. It's not, so used to it. And it is like
desensitized.
Yes.
That's big time. That's the word.
Mm-hmm. I was like, what is this word?
Yes. So yeah, I totally get that. And I think that's going to serve you well, because you're able to go through researching all of this. I love that you were a journalist. That's awesome. Yeah. It kind of reminds me. So we have a buddy named Alicia Watson who has a podcast that it's like they're like 20-minute episodes, and it's called Truly Twisted. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
She's on Fire Eyes Media as well. Yeah. Yep. And she's awesome. She's also our other co-host on our new show, which is called The Real Verdict.
I need to look up. Send me a list of all the podcasts I can be following.
Yes. We need new viewers. We were definitely sending you a list.
Yes. So.
Oh man. So I do have one more segment, kind of like to cleanse the palate after, discussing this true crime stuff. Yeah. All right, let's hit it. Let's do it.
I saw Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson up there.
Yeah,
he's not a fan. He's not a fan.
You're not a fan?
Kevin's not a fan.
No.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and me were born on the same exact day and the same exact
blah blah blah
year.
blah.
It may
the movie.
Yes. Oh, you know.
Yeah,
That's awesome. 1972.
I'm May 10th, so we're Tauruses.
Oh, my girlfriend's is May 10th. That's awesome.
Oh, okay. Look at
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
My daughter is May 3rd.
Really? Wow.
Day after
That's
mine.
day
love it.
birthdays.
Mhm.
I love that.
Very cool.
All right. So the
So
first
trying to steal my
movie
thunder.
quote I got for you. The first movie quote I got for you is "Life is pain, highness. Anyone who says differently is selling you something."
Life is pain, highness. Oh, The Princess Bride.
Oh my God! Yeah.
No. I did not have no idea.
Whoa.
Good job.
Yeah, that's crazy,
Oh, I
man.
need to get a gavel.
That's wild.
Good job. That was good.
All
Highness
right,
was the
quote
clue.
number 2. Quote number 2. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire.
Blade Runner.
of-
Oh
I didn't even get to
gosh.
finish.
Woo! That's Rutger Hauer, by the way.
I don't think this is fair because, in all honesty, you guys watch movies and you like are in it, so you've probably seen a lot of things that
I am
haven't
in the
seen.
movies.
I was trying to make these harder for David, but you want to know what movies I can quote that I know David won't get are animated movies.
Not like animated movies.
I've been taking creatine, Kevin. It's making a difference.
Is it? Are you standing straighter?
No.
No, you gotta stretch that right here.
Mm.
You know, the quad. Stretch
I
that.
gotta-
It'll
I'm working on my
loosen up your
core.
hip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on my core.
Yeah.
Eventually.
All right. Quote number 3.
Bring
Keep
it.
your friends close, but your enemies closer.
The Godfather.
Mm. I've seen it, but it's been so long. I don't even know.
He's indicating that it's not The Godfather, but that is a quote in The Godfather. But apparently, it's also a quote in another movie.
Which
Right.
Godfather?
Oh, okay. Okay, wait. Hold on. Godfather Part 2.
Yep.
Yo!
Good job.
Bam, son. I'm a little hyped right now. Thank you, creatine.
on the coffee. What coffee is it?
2 cups. 2 cups. Wake the Dead. I drink Wake the Dead. It's really good. I love it.
Oh, okay. So should I try a different one, or should I try the one that we love?
You should try them all. That's what I think.
I
Just
know.
get them all because they're delicious. They delicious.
Yeah, Doug. Yeah, Doug.
And nutritious. I read if you get 2 cups, it actually helps your health benefits. Like it's a
Really?
big, yeah. I was like, I read this. This is a study, and now I drink 2 cups. I'm my
That you
second
drink 2
cup.
cups.
Can
That's
you
your
tell?
drink 2 cups. That's so funny.
That's 3 in a row. Can you smell?
All right. Quote number 4. Quote number 4, dog a dog.
Bring it.
The stuff that dreams are made of. The stuff that dreams are made of.
It's hitting. I'm tasting a little of what is this? Robin Williams. That's the name of the movie. I think. The stuff.
I have
that
no
dreams
idea.
are made of.
What's the genre? Is it like a comedy?
Oh, I like that question. I like that.
I will tell you this, that it was a movie made before David was born.
Whoa. Damn.
I will
that's
give you
old.
the exact year. It was made 1941.
Fucklestein. What the?
So was it
hell?
black and white?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Okay.
It was.
Stuff. The stuff that dream. You have a second quote by chance? The stuff
I could get you a second quote.
That dreams are made of.
dreams are made of. Oh, wait.
Annie?
I'm going to
Are not
say
right?
The Wizard of Oz.
No,
Damn it.
That was actually a good guess. That was a
Thank
good
you.
guess. Yeah,
Thank you. I think so.
it
too.
was a good guess.
that was a good guess.
That was 1938, homie.
Ah, son of a bitch.
But that was good.
All right, second quote I have for you
That
for the
says
same
it's a
movie
Carly Simon
is
song.
the cheaper the crook, the gaudier the patter.
The fuck?
Yeah. You're probably not going to get this because it's a
I'm not gonna get it.
old
See,
movie.
Yeah.
it's probably a crime drama. See, you'll never get me alive, Copper.
The Maltese Falcon.
Oh yeah, never seen it. That's awesome. Humphrey Bogart, right?
Yep.
Okay,
that's
I've
on my
never
list.
seen that.
Got to watch that. All right, good one.
All
Kevin.
right.
That was a good one.
So last quote.
Bring it.
Sometimes I doubt your commitment to sparkle motion.
To sparkle motion.
Yeah.
Sometimes I doubt your commitment.
Sometimes I doubt your commitment to sparkle motion. Oh! I know it. Wait,
Do you
it's
know this one too?
something about Mary.
No, I have a second quote for you though.
Okay.
It is, why are you wearing that stupid man suit?
Why are you wearing?
I don't know.
Man, he's got me on this one.
It's 2001.
Okay.
10 things I hate about you.
No.
Okay.
Why are you wearing that stupid man suit?
It's a dark movie. It's
Okay.
mysterious. It's
Donnie
more of a
Darko.
drama than anything. Yes. Yep.
Donnie Darko.
You got it?
Yep.
I got it.
Oh,
Pow.
A round of applause.
suck at this game. Good job. Yeah, you're crowned.
Oh.
winner.
The judge has spoken.
I will say that if I was to guess these quotes, I wouldn't guess them. I would not know.
Yeah, those are
Just
hard.
saying.
Hard.
I love it.
Yeah, you're good at
But
this.
yeah, so that is all I have for you guys today. But I would love for you, Amanda, to let everybody know where they can find you, your podcast, and the things that you're working on, and maybe you're like a rough date of your book release.
Yeah, so you can find me on major podcast platforms at Coded Untold. Follow me on social media, please. I'm not as active on TikTok, so Instagram, Facebook. I'll do better with TikTok maybe in the coming year. But yeah, Coded Untold. And then the book, hopefully by the end of the year. I don't want to give like a month because I'm not sure. But
Yep.
I have the publisher. They're just waiting for me to write it. So basically the ball is just in my court. So I need to just kind of get it done. But thank you guys for having me on. This was fun.
Thank you for being here. It's time is our greatest currency, and the fact that you chose to be here with us means the world to me. I love being able to bring people on for the morning show because it's a lot more fun than just like, well, what do you do? Why do you do it and stuff like that, like the whole time. So it's
I am following you now.
Thank
On
you. And send me a
Instagram.
list of all the things you guys are working on so I can make sure I'm supporting too from my end.
Yay.
'Cause,
absolutely.
yeah. And I'm gonna go get some coffee now actually. I need to go order some.
Sweet, thank you. I appreciate it. That's the whole point that I started the show to begin with, was to try and get people to buy coffee.
It's working. It's working. Yeah, I love that. Wait, where are you guys located though? Are you guys? Because I'm in North Carolina. Where are you all?
San Antonio,
I'm in-
Texas.
Okay,
and I'm in Maine.
Maine.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
what's the weather like out there? Is it cold now?
Dun, 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 dun.
It's not cold.
Dun, dun,
It's not
dun,
cold.
dun, 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 dun.
Not yet.
That's where he lives. In case, figure it out. It's a puzzle. Figure it out.
It's
Okay.
getting chilly, but it's not
It-
cold.
Okay. Did you guys go to CrumCon? Were you guys at CrumCon in
No, unfortunately.
Colorado? Okay.
I'm considering going to the one in Vegas
Me too.
in May.
You
Me
should.
too.
I'm going. So
Okay.
we can meet each other in person.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to talk Allie into it. She doesn't care for Vegas, so I don't know.
I don't know why they chose Vegas. They had it in Vegas one year before, but I guess maybe it's I don't know.
I've
never
been there
been to Vegas,
10
so
times to Vegas. 10.
Really?
I've never been to Vegas either.
yeah.
Freaking awesome.
Well, then you have to come so you can kind of be like the tour guide of the entire podcast.
Yeah,
Crew.
I shall. It's changed so much. The last time I was there, the first time was 1999,
Mhm.
and that was my
Wow.
honeymoon. Basically, when I was married, I'm no longer married, and the last time I was there, it was completely different. It's so crazy how it changes so fast. But
Yeah,
Mm.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna let you continue on with your day, but thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys at the next one.
go get my
No.
book. It's on
Nobody wants
Amazon.
that. Nobody wants it.
Everybody wants it. Woo!